Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh Shemel Shai Ba'ashem Mukah Kodash. Shalom to the hopeful elect out there. I'm going to entitle this video Habakkuk Chapter 2 in the NLT, which stands for the New Living Translation. So let's start the first verse, 20 verses long. So let's go. I will climb up to my watchtower. You know what I want to do? Let me look up the word watchtower. So when you go into Hebrew, this takes you back to the King James. In the King James, it says, and I will keep, well, it's a little bit different in the King James. I will stand on my guard post, station myself, the rampart, and I will keep watch. Oh, look up the word. I'll look up the word guard post. Masha Marath. Guard, charge, function, obligation. We're obligated to this thing. So we're here to do the will of him that sent us, not our own will. So you don't say, well, I'm going to take winters off, or I need a break. I'm going on a hiatus. I'm going to disappear for a year, then I'll come back. So that's what a lot of y'all are doing, which you're not men of the Most High. Service, watch, guard, watch, house, or detention, or confinement, keeping. Yeah, Paul said he was a prisoner of the Lord, right? Yoke fellows, preserving, charge, injunction, office, function, ceremonial. And I will keep watch. Tazapah, to look out or about, spy, keep watch, observe, watch, to keep watch, spy, to watch, watch closely. What are we watching? The prophecies come to pass, and we're telling the people. And based upon the way the prophecies come, they come in a certain order based upon the scriptures. One prophecy can't take place until the last prophecy comes to pass. So the scripture, the end, the destruction and the deliverance of the Lord in Israel is not going to come before the Karagma, the MOTB. Everything is in order. The first thing was the Great Awakening, which is Ezekiel 37, one of my favorite prophecies. That whole chapter is a simple one, if you understand it. It's about us waking up and standing on our feet and teaching the word and having breath in us. Breath meaning having the whole truth. You can't be a prophet or a man of the Lord and be out there on the highways and the byways, and someone asks you a question about a particular scripture, and you don't know it, you're not sure of it. You got to know all of it. You got to know everything in the scriptures. You got to know how to answer. You can't come. The old saying, you can't come half cocked. You got to come. Ain't no such things as halfway crooks. It's either all or nothing. Like I said in the beginning of the video, you got guys that come the way they want to come in. They take winters off. They'll disappear for 2 and 3 years. They're not consistent. If they do videos, they'll do video 1 month, and then the next video won't come up for another 5, 6 months. Then you won't see them for 2, 3 years, 7 years, 8 years. Then they come out like they never left. You know who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about any one particular person, but that's the pattern. You got these camps out there, and I'm really focusing on the One Westers, the ones that were actually part of One West. A lot of these newer cats that set up camps after the fact, the YouTube men or the YouTube camps that came out of following One West, they're more diligent than y'all. What happened to y'all? You're not consistent. If you do a video once every 4 months and the videos may be no more than 20 minutes long, you are not consistent. You got to be consistent with this thing, because you're not doing your own thing. You made an oath to the Most High, Yahweh Shai, that you was going to do this work, and you were going to come up under the order of Yahweh Shai. So where does it say take breaks? Satan don't take breaks. Neither should we. I will climb up to my watchtower and stand at my guard post. What is the purpose of a watchtower? To see the enemy coming in from afar. You're above everything. The person that's behind the city walls can't see the enemy coming. The nuclear, you got SALT II, goes back to Reagan days. You have a nuclear defense system in America. So when missiles come from Russia or any other country, they see it because they have satellites up there. They have radar. So they see when the enemy's coming. So that's the watchtower. So the prophets on the watchtower are soldiers, right? Endure hardness as a good soldier. They're high up, and they can see for miles. They can see the enemy's coming. And when they see the enemy comes, they let them know the enemy's approaching. So get in your war mode. So what do we see? We're on a high tower, and we see things through the news, and then we filter it through the scriptures. Well, that's a fulfillment of this prophecy. That's a fulfillment of that prophecy. The main prophecy that we're waiting to take place, or for us to experience, is the charagma. Because when the charagma comes, we might just be here for another month. A month after the charagma, because the only thing the Most High wants you to do, he wants to test you. He wants to see what you're going to do. So if they push this program super fast and they get the majority of the people of the planet to take it, then the Most High can, call Yahweh Shai and the angels to come and deliver us and to destroy this place. Then he can ramp up the Russians and these other nations and get the NATO and the EU nations mad at Babylon the Great, the whore, and point their ICBMs, whatever nation that possesses ICBMs, to focus it on Babylon the Great. So we see all these things coming by watching the news. And the Most High, look, the Most High is not dealing with you if you're not being a man, a guard on the post. You're not on the watchtower. You know what I'm gonna do? Let me do this. And then the ones of you that claim that you are on the watchtower, you're not giving the right orders. You got the enemies coming, and you're saying these people are coming in peace. So when you open the gate, they come for war, and you're not ready for war. You're not ready. Like the Charagma, we speak about the Charagma. These other camps that are speaking contrary to what we're speaking, they're telling the people in the city that that group of people come and they come for peace. So they're gonna get caught out there. Yeah, how about Hashem Shai? He gonna do some serious damage to you false prophets out there. You fake wannabe prophets that don't understand the prophecies. What does the scripture say about the deceived and the deceiver? Here's the most. That's the Most High established the deceived, the one that deceived, and the ones that's being deceived. And he set up stumbling blocks for you to go into. That's why there's so many different Israelite groups. Because a lot of y'all look for Israel, but you're not of the elect. So the Most High makes you go into a stumbling block, an Israelite group. Or if you happen to come into GMS and you get, what's the term, disenchanted, and you leave and you start talking, you fuck GMS. There ain't no missiles in the Bible. Ain't no UFOs either. Give me Isaiah 62. And 6, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem. Jerusalem is a people before us a place which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Didn't say they're going to take breaks. You don't see the guy for 2 years. And all of a sudden he pops up. And you fools are right there. Yeah, I'm glad to see you back, brother. I'm glad to see you back. You're a great teacher. Ye that make mention of Yahweh, not Christ, Most High, Christ bless, Jesus, Yeshua, Yeshaya, Ahia, keep not what? Silence. Don't shut your mouth. No, not for an hour. It says, I have set watchmen upon thy walls. You want to follow the Kemetic people and Morris people? We never came from Africa. We was always here. We're all Gadites. Go ahead and follow them. Watchman. Let me look up the word watchman. And that's from the Hebrew word shema, which means to watch. That's why the prophets were called seers. To keep, guard, observe, give heed. What does that mean to give heed? First of all, we're giving heed to the Most High for doing his will. And number 2, we're giving heed to you out there and telling you what these mean. We are the code breakers. We break down the codes, and people buck up against it and say, well, you don't know what you're talking about. Just leave them alone. As Abba said, just forget him. Just forget him. As Yaikwab used to always say, if a nigga can't get it, we moving on. It says to keep, have charge of, to keep, guard, keep, watch, and ward, protect, save life, watch, because the scriptures in, was it Obadiah speaks about what saviors, watchmen, to watch for, wait for, to watch. A lot of these people came into this thing knowing that the Israelites, knowing that the world's gonna come to an end, but it haven't come quick enough. They had a timetable. Well, if the Most High don't come in the next 2 years, I'm out of here. So anyway, let's come back over here. I will climb up to my watchtower and stand at my guard post. See, when we keep pushing the MOTB, we're on the watchtower saying, that's the enemy, that's the enemy. You got other watchmen saying, no, they're good people, they're good people. They come with peace. So the people are confused. We're saying, no, that's the enemy, that's the enemy. Get ready for war. So there's mixed signals. What's going to happen to those niggas that push that shit that the enemy is really your friend? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to destroy every last one of them. Watch what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to do in the coming months. We down to the last few months of this thing. Could be 6 months, could be a year, 12 months, could be 18 months, a year and a half, could be 24 months, that's 2 years, could be 36 months, that's 3 years. We're counting down the months, not the years. We're counting down the months. It said, there I will wait to see what Yahweh says and how he will answer my complaint. Because we complain to the Most High when we look, Father, when we going to get up the F up out of here, man? The Lord second replied. Then Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, said to me, write my answer plainly on tablets so that a runner can carry the correct, keyword is correct message to others. So the prophet was commanded to write the visions. He saw the visions and he wrote them down so that a runner, so we are runners, can carry the correct message to others. We are the prophets in the past life. Now we are the runners. We're running to give you the message. The vision is for a future time, and we're in that time right now. I remember like it was yesterday, High Priest Ariel, he used to always go into Habakkuk 2, and it was in the mid-'80s. He said, ain't nothing happening now. Ain't no prophecies really popping off, but there's going to come a time where these prophecies are going to be popping off, and you don't got to ask me, are we in that time? You're going to know. And we in that time. We in that time. The last major prophecy that's going to take place in a time of peace, somewhat, is a Charagma. Then after Charagma, all hell is going to break loose. And then the deliverance is going to come. Then the kingdom's going to come. Like I said, you got certain groups out there, men, saying that the MOTB is not the the C-hip. So they're saying when they see the enemy coming, and they say, no, they come in peace. No, they come in peace. And the people are watching us saying, no, they're the enemy. These groups are saying, no, they come in peace. The people get confused. So they're going to get caught out there. And the ones so there's going to be a point in time where we're going to say we're going to escape. We're going to fight or we're going to escape or do whatever. The rest of y'all got your arms open with no swords in your hand, and you're going to get slaughtered. Watch what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to do to these groups out, these Israelite groups that's confusing, bringing mixed signals. The number one prophecy coming down the pike is the MOTB, point blank period. When that happens, then the Most High can act. Then the Most High could command his son and the angels to go get the elect to Israel. Then he can cause the the missiles will come out them silos. Because the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Shai, is going to make the missiles come out them silos. They talking about, well, if he press the button, he can press the button, and the stop button, and the stop button won't work. The Most High is going to make the missiles, Yahweh Bashim Shai is going to make the missiles come out them silos in his time, not in Esau's time, in his time. And like I said, a lot of you guys out there, you fake Israelites, a lot of you going to be caught up. You're going to be confused. You're not going to know what to do. You're going to be looking for him. You're going to be looking to, but start to believe and try to figure out whether this charagma thing is true or not. But that's in Matthew 25. That's when you're going to get left. You're going to get left behind. It said this vision is for a future time. It describes the end, right? The actual end, and it will be fulfilled. If it seems slow in coming, wait patiently. What does Revelation 3:10 mean? Read that. For it will surely take place. The MOTB, the mass chipping around the whole planet Earth, the 15-minute cities, the smart cities. Wherever it seemed like anywhere I go, there's construction all over the place, all over the goddamn place. That's because they're building the infrastructure for these smart cities and the 15-minute cities. Look that up. Type in smart cities in Google. You can go to YouTube, put in smart cities, and then put in 15-minute cities. Sometimes 15, 20-minute cities. And it's already happening in certain parts of England. For it will surely take place. It will not be delayed. The only thing holding this destruction back is the charagma. So as soon as they issue the charagma to the whole planet Earth, the majority of the people, that's when the Most High gonna come. Man, he said, okay, now we can do what we said we was gonna do. Because the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Shai, is subject to his own prophecies. He wrote his own prophecies, and he has to fulfill one first before he can fulfill the other. So it's here in the coming months. You guys that then recently fell off, or in recent years, recent months, recent weeks, you're gonna get caught out there. You didn't spend X amount of years in this truth being dedicated to this truth, and you fell out, and the Most High gonna snatch it right out your ass, and you're gonna start yelling, "Fuck you, GMS! There ain't no missiles, and there ain't no UFOs either, and there ain't no MOTB." It said, look at the proud. We know who the proud are. They trust in themselves, and their lives are crooked, corrupt. But the righteous will live by their faithfulness to the Most High. This is going to be a test of your faith, because you gonna have kids, you gonna have a woman, and a woman. Watch how weak they get when let's see what their faith is gonna be. Your woman, let's see what they're gonna be. You got little toddlers, you got 2-year-olds, maybe you got a 5-year-old, and she losing it because they won't let her go in the supermarket. She can't buy nothing. She can't book gas in the car, so she gonna flip. She said, "Man, I'm taking this shit. Fuck you." And your black ass might get weak and take it too. Maybe okay. You might try to pull it fast one. Yeah, go ahead and take it, and you bring the food to me. Because eventually you're gonna have to take it. You want to eat, you're gonna have to take it. Because you want to eat and your kids gotta eat. Real talk. Wealth is treacherous, and the arrogant, we know who the arrogant are, are never at rest. They love money, man. That's the way the devil rolls. They open their mouth as wide as the grave because they bring death. We all know what happened. The ones you that's whose eyes are open, we all know what happened with the situation in Hawaii. If you check it out, they deal with numerology. 6 people died. Then it went from 6 people to I think it was 36 people, 36s. Then it went from 36 to 63. Then it went from 63 to 93. What's the third? 93, turning 9 around backwards. You got the 3 times 3. The latest account is 106. 106. They kept putting 6 in there. Sixes, 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 and 3s. So the ones in the know what's going on, but the ones of you that are not in the know, you don't know what's going on. You don't know what really happened. And their greed, they have gathered. Their greed is to a point where they'll kill whole people. They don't give a shit. If they get a benefit from killing you off by killing thousands of people, they don't care. They're the devil. They're supposed to not care. Hey, that's why the Russians, those devils, they ain't gonna care about shooting missiles on Babylon the Great. They know that there's toddlers in America. They know that there's pregnant women in America. Know that there's old folk in America. They know that there's good, decent people in America, but they don't give a shit. They said our job is to destroy this goddamn place. Hey, another name for Babylon the Great is Big Maui. You saw what happened to Little Maui, right? Well, Big Maui is next. Let's see if that catches on. Let's see if that term goes anywhere. Big Maui. The Most I gave you a taste of what he gonna do to Big Maui, because what he did to Little Maui. So Big Maui, you next. And their greed, they have gathered up many nations and swallowed many people. Now, you should think about James chapter 5. But soon their captivities. Let me see something. But soon, now if you go to the King James, it speaks about they shall lay themselves with thick clay. This is when you got to go into your root words. The word clay in the King James of Hebrew Habakkuk 2, I believe it's the 4th verse, if I'm not mistaken. Unless I didn't read, I'm pretty sure I read it. Matter of fact, let me be sure. And let me prove it to you. That's why you got to go. You're not going to understand these scriptures if you just read English. You got to go into root words. So let's go to Habakkuk 2. Okay, it is in the 6th verse. Let me read the 6th verse in the NLT. Then I'll come back to the KJV. But soon their captives will taunt them. They will mock them, saying, "What sorrow awaits you, thieves?" That's James 5. What's happened over there in Niger? They got a lot of these African nations that are fighting for the French. They got a coalition, but they got a counter coalition, and it's not even in the regular news. It's not on CNN. But they got a counter coalition of men that's backing up Niger, and they got rid of that the leader of Niger, which he looked like a damn Edomite anyway. He was a light-skinned Man, he looked like one of them Latin tribes. And you can clearly, he can look like a puppet, man. Nigga look like a puppet. This Nigerian dude. I forget his name, but his name is not important. And they looking to get him. They looking to get, they not just, look, they looking to capture his ass. And if they do, they're going to wind up taking him, doing him in. That's an old saying. I'm going to do you in. It says, but soon their captives will taunt them. We are the captives, the dark nations. They will mock them, saying, what sorrow awaits you, thieves? Now you will get what you deserve. So everybody knows it. Everybody's pointing their finger to this man, right? Mr. Man. You've become rich by extortion. But how much longer can this go on? There's a song. How long has this been going on? One of the lyrics is, "'Cause I ain't quite as dumb as I seem." Because people are waking up. They thought you were the great gods on the earth because of your skin. Because in Africa's all fucked up. The two biggest religions in Africa is the Arab religion, is Islam, and the cracker man's religion, which is Christianity. Those are that covers, those two religions covered about 95% of the spirituality of the African people. So you know they fucked up in their head. You know they all fucked up. And we ain't even got to worry about them people in the land of Ham. Woe to him that increase it that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with what? Thick clay. You got a thing called inflation because you don't have a gold or a silver standard. That's why you got inflation. And inflation is nothing but debt. I bought yacht. Let's see what that means. Weight of pledges, heavy depths, heavy depths. And that word is only written in the scripture one time. So let's go to the root. Let's see what the root says. I bought. Uh, I bought. To take a pledge, give a pledge for a debt. To take a pledge, give a pledge for a debt. To interchange, to cause to give a pledge. And a pledge is like collateral. You know, you want to buy a car, they want to find out where you work at. Is your wife working? Is your kids working? What kind of money do you make? Do you have a house? How much is your house on the if it was on the market? They'll say, "Oh, my house is $1,000,000, $500,000." How much equity do you have in the house? I have 70% equity. So we're talking, do the quick math. That means you got, 400,000, almost about 400,000 in equity. That means you kind of worth, with all your assets, your personal household GDP is somewhere about $500,000. So they see the car payments that you got to pay, it might be 500, and you got a good job, you're making 120,000, your wife is making 70,000, you're in the stock markets. So they'll say, yeah, you're good enough to get it. But if everything goes down, then what are they coming to do? They're coming to take your car. And then if you don't pay the rest of it, you got to pay a certain amount. They can come for your house. That's a pledge. When you pledge something, that means you putting down collateral. Look, lend me this money, I'm good. Hey, I'm gonna give you my gold ring. It's worth twice as much as you giving me. That's what a pawn shop is all about. When you get money from a pawn shop, what are you leaving? You leaving a damn $500 guitar or some keyboard or some, and the guy is an expert on everything. He looks at it, he knows how much it's worth, and he gives you the money. And you get that thing back once you give the money back plus interest. See, that whole inflation thing, that happens every so many years. And it's a good trick because you people don't understand how money works, especially in this country. You basically a bunch of dummies. Seventh verse, suddenly your debtors will take action. It is time to pay. So what you did and taking down the world, taking down the planet, removing the landmarks, putting people in slavery, everything that you deal with, there's a term called payback, or payback is a bitch, or a nicer way is reciprocity. What goes around comes around. Karma. You put people in captivity, you worked them, you put their children had the slaves had children. They were born into captivity. See, the first group of Jakes that you brought over here, you had a hard time with them because they wouldn't speak your language. You know what they did? You know how they got you to be good slaves? They got your kids. When you had kids, they separate your kids and train them. So you've been doing that for hundreds of years. So guess what? Now you got to pay for it. Because now you don't want to pay. You don't want to pay. That's why you either might come out the woodwork with your Bibles. Yeah, but the Gentiles can make it too. Wait a minute. I believe in the Lord too. And the reason why you come after the one Westers is because we say that you people are going into captivity and we're going to bust you up. And then we're going to exterminate you. So you're looking for an out. You ain't going to get no out. Vocab Malone, you might as well hang it up. Like I said, you better hope like hell you're a light-skinned Hamite, because you ain't going to get it as bad as an Edomite. But all the shit you was popping, you're going to get it just as bad as an Edomite. And this thing is not going to stop. This thing is not going to stop because this is backed by the Most High. This is the Most High's program. In my Lahab voice, look true. This is the Most High's program. This ain't our program. This is the Most High's program. Suddenly, your debtors, time to pay, will take action. The nations are coming against you. They push it. And the people in Nigeria, the coup, the leader of the coup, he's like, all you French, you Edomites, you got to get the hell, you got to pack up and leave. So the dark nations are waking up against you. That's Isaiah chapter 14, verse 9. Let me get that real quick. And they know what you did in other lives because everything is reincarnated. Isaiah 14 in verse 9. I want it in the NLT because it's a little different in the NLT. In the place of the dead, the nations, they're in a low state. We're in a dead state. Aren't we considered to be dead? We walk around, we think, we do things, but we're dead. We're dead on a spiritual level and knowing who we are. There is excitement. We're living in this time right now over your arrival. The arrival is what? Coming, falling from earth. Your downfall. The nations see that you're going down and they're rejoicing over that. The spirits of world leaders and mighty kings, long dead, stand up to see you. What does it mean, stand up to see you? That means they're here. These leaders of the dark nations, when I say the dark nation, I'm talking about all the other nations outside of Esau, the Moabites, all the different nations. I just label them as dark nations. They're mad at you based upon what you did to them in their past lives, but they don't fully understand it. See, that anger goes deep. It goes beyond this man living 36 years. If the man lived 55 years, 75 years, that anger is not just the 75 years, it's the 75 years plus however many times he was on this earth and he was oppressed by you. So it's not 2000, 2023, 2024, 2025, and beyond is not a good time to be an Edomite. You better hope you're another nation. Because you Edomites, and we're going to know who you are. Ain't going to be no tears, man. Ain't going to be no Edomites looking like Jake. Ain't going to be no Jake in the kingdom looking like Edomites. We're going to know who the fuck you are, the fuck you is in Supreme Ebonics. And you're going to get fucked up every second of the day. You're gonna get a little bit of rest, but you're gonna look forward to them high holy days and them Sabbaths. You're gonna be on the bottom. Suddenly, 7th verse, suddenly your debtors will take action. They will turn on you and take all you have. Take us for all we got, while you stand trembling and helpless. You saw what happened down there in Montgomery, right? Jake, he said, man, they ain't no fucking their mentality ain't no good Edomites. They're all a bunch of devils. Coupled with the fact that they watch the Israelites and other Jakes out there, and all the Jakes are angry. The Moors are angry at you devils. The black conscious community is angry at you devils. Even Uncle Tom's are angry at you damn devils. Because you have plundered many nations. That's why you got to deal with James chapter 5, which is a brilliant scripture. James 5, verse 1. About the first, 10, 11 verses, I believe. That's talking about you, the rich. So it's your time. Time is due. It's time to pay the debt. It's time to pay the piper. Because you have plundered many nations. Now all the survivors will plunder you to let the weak say, I am strong. Wake up the mighty man. You committed murder throughout the countryside, throughout the whole planet. Your ultimate goal is to charagma everybody. That's what what's this man's name? He did the interview with Alex Jones. I can't think of his name. Bear with me for a minute, because I got a video on him. Okay. Oh, and by the way, okay, I put this up. This was put up by Hate Speech. It is CBDC MOTB slavery. But I put it up myself, but I changed the title a little bit. This is another one. CBD, Fed Now, CBD CBDC. Let me do this. Let me click on this. Let me just see what this is all about. Okay. Now let me do this here. Let me do this right here. These are all these are videos that were put up. I believe this is it. If you can't see that this is it. If you can't see that this is the mark, you're not a true prophet of the Lord. The World Economic Forum plan to control our lives just scored a big win, redacted with Natalie and Clayton Morris. Bear me for a minute. All these videos that I put on this channel right here, these will all be banned. They'll be taken down. Bishop Nate, General Nathaniel Alagai, he said, take the jab. He said it right in this video right here. So we got him. Even more info on the CBDC MOTB. What's this dude's name, man? This individual is pretty good. I think his name is Richard Gardner. I think his name is. I forget his name. This is what they're gonna plan on doing in the future. Everything gonna be locked down. You're gonna have different products, and you need your chip to open it, and it's deducted from your account. Damn, did I take it down or something? There we go. Aaron Russo. Aaron Russo interview with Alex Jones. It was Nick Rockefeller that told him that this was before the 9/11, that the building is going to come down and then we're going to chip everybody. And if they say anything against the government, you're going to simply turn off your chip where you can't buy or sell. So it's Aaron Russo. All these videos, man, you can sit there and watch all day. You can do like a little marathon of watching all these videos. All these videos here could not last 2 minutes on YouTube. What sorrows await you who build big houses with money gained dishonestly? Everything that you did, you stole. Everything that you did. Everything that you did. As soon as you left your land, your boundaries, which is Mount Seir, you a thief. You a thief. You stole everything. The only thing you can take claim to is what's on the soil of the land of Edom. The fact that you step foot off the land of Edom into another man's land, that's death right there. You believe your wealth will buy security. Like you got these Edomites that got money, they got the security system. Them jakes are gonna bust through that security system, man. They gonna catch you when you go to work. The world wants you putting your family's nest beyond the reach of danger. You're going to try to outrun the missiles. Amos 9:2. But by the murders you committed, you have shamed your name and forfeited. Ooh, you have by the murders you committed, you have shamed your name and forfeited your lives. Countdown to getting your ass kicked, Esau. The very stones in the walls cry out against you, and the beams and the ceilings echo the complaint. That means shit's gonna start falling on you. That's what that means. What sorrow awaits you who build cities? Malachi 1, with money gained through murder and corruption. Everything you got, you stole. Job, the chapter 20 says, you're going to vomit everything back up. The bow of steel shall strike them through. 13th verse. We almost done. Has not Yahweh of heavens armies? He has more than one army. The army that he's getting ready to use is the mechanized army, which are the missiles, the ICBM missiles. Armies promise that the wealth of nations will turn to ashes, that they work so hard, but all in vain. They work so hard, but nothing comes of it. He saw them pull another fast one on you. That's James 5 all over again. Again. For as the waters fill the sea, the earth will be filled with an awareness of the glory of Yahweh. They know that the Most High is coming. And that's them ships. The Most High shows visit the earth. How? With them ships. The UFOs. That's why you got these senators and these Congress people gathering together talking about UFOs and how they all saw. When I was a kid, I saw a UFO. When I grew up, I was abducted by a UFO, this, that, and the third. Because everybody got a smartphone. So there's millions of sightings every day that go on that people, so you can't deny it no more. You can't tell a person you crazy. Too many people are seeing it. You know, if you got 25 people see the same thing and they all got their cell phone, their smartphones out, you're going to tell them that you're going to diagnose them as being insane? And insanity is not contagious. What sorrow awaits you who make your neighbors drunk? Your neighbors, you make your neighbors drunk through what? Through your wine, which is your philosophies. The whole scenario with Kamala Harris going over there to Uganda and other African nations, they're trying to push that wine to make you drunk, which is fornication, which has nothing to do with the MOTB. So don't listen to Bishop Nate on that. He don't know everything. Either the Most High blinded him or he took a bunch of bags. You force your cup. See? You force your cup. What cup? The golden cup. What makes them drunk? Their philosophies. It has nothing to do with the charagma. That's something totally. The people of Uganda, they're going to take they ain't got no problem taking the charagma. the MOTB, the CHIP. They don't got no problem doing that if they want to be able to buy and sell on the world market. But they ain't with that fornication. Two different things. Revelation 17:4 is a completely different meaning than Revelation 13 and 16. So General Nathaniel got it dropped. Who he dropped the gem? And you guys got body bag. We did not get body bag. You guys are gonna get body bag by the Most High. How about Shemal Shai? You force your cup on them, right? Because now they brought sanctions against Uganda and other African nations. So you can gloat over their shameful nakedness. But soon it will be your turn to be disgraced. So many precepts come to mind: Isaiah 47, Isaiah 13, Isaiah 34, Jeremiah 49, Job 20, I mentioned, Revelation 18. There's so many precepts that come to mind. And the Spirit is on us to mainly go into these prophecies. Give me a second. But soon it will be your turn to be disgraced. Okay, it says here in the footnote, it says, right, FN footnote, Habakkuk 2, verse 16, Dead Sea Scrolls and Greek and Syriac versions read, and stagger. When you beating somebody's ass, you getting the best out of them, and you get good, what? You be popping them, boom, bap, kicking them in the head. They go to staggering. Like Stagger Lee, that goes back before all of y'all. Y'all know nothing about no Stagger Lee. Look him up. Apostle Kabar don't even know about Stagger Lee. That's before his time. He's having a little fun here. Drink from the what? The cup of the Lord's judgment. The who got her cup, the Most High got his cup. And all your glory will be turned to shame, shameful spewings upon thy glory. Because you're gonna look like, you laugh at a man that's drunk, that's falling all over the place. So that's Esau right now. He's drunk. He's going around the world kissing people's asses, and they laughing at him. And then you got this guy, what's his name? Joe, let's go, what's his name? Let's go Brian, whatever his name, Brandon, let's go Brandon. You got people in America, that saying came up from Edomites in America, that when they say let's go Brandon, they're saying F you Biden. So this man is he's a terrible sight. You're a pitiful sight. You cut down the forest of Lebanon. That's also in Isaiah 14. Now you will be cut down. You cut down the nation, you're going to be cut down. Isaiah 14, which didst weaken the nations through your military. You destroyed the wild animals. Yeah, a lot of these animals were made extinct because of you devils. But they're going to come back. All of the dodo bird, this animal, that animal, any animal, the saber-toothed tiger, the woolly mammoth, they're all, the Most High going to bring them back. The dinosaurs, the tarantulas, I had to throw that in there. You destroyed the wild animals, so now their terror will be yours. You in the Roman Empire, you fed us to the lions, man, the wild animals. You had us fighting animals. The Apostle Paul said, I fought wild beasts at Ephesus. You committed murder throughout the countryside, the countryside of the whole planet, and filled the towns with violence. What good is an idol carved by man, or a cast image that deceive you? How foolish to trust in your own creation, a God that can even talk. And now it says in Ezekiel 28, I'm not going to go to it. It speaks about them being God. They're not God. They're only men. Last two verses, bear with me. 19th verse. What sorrow awaits you, the Edomites, starting with the elites? Because any Edomite that's here in America or the United States, you'll be utterly destroyed. You're not going to make it in them ships. The ones that are going to remain are you Edomites that are scattered throughout the planet in different parts of Europe and around the world. So the super rich, they're gonna have escape plans to get out of here. So they're gonna go right into captivity, and we're gonna find them. I don't give a damn if they go up into space. I don't give a damn if they go down into their deep military bases, whatever you call it, deep underground military bases. Deep underground military bases. There's cities under the waters. It says, what sorrow awaits you who say to the wooden idols, wake up and save us. That's what you Roman Catholics do. You trust in these, and you Latin tribes down in Central and South America, when we go down there to straighten you out, we're going to kill a lot of you until you get in your thick heathenistic skulls that you are the Israelites, and then you're going to comply. Because Jake likes to learn things the hard way. The speechless stone images, you say, rise up and teach us, and that's talking about any religion or spiritual way of life outside of being an Israelite, outside the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, outside of the scriptures. And when you read these scriptures and you teach these scriptures, you got to teach them correct. You guys teaching that the MOTB is something other than what we say, because we're saying it the right way. The ones you ain't saying the right way, the Most High got a bone, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua got a bone to pick with you. And he gonna fuck you up too. Can an idol and all you guys that fell out this truth through the years, every last one of you, if you make it that long, you're gonna get microchipped and then you're gonna get destroyed by the missiles. If you don't slip on the banana pill. Or a building don't fall on your black ass. All you guys that turn your back, I'm talking about from the One West days, from the niggas that was in the school in the 90s, the 80s, the turn of the century. I want the ones of you that became disenchanted, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, he gonna do something. You ain't just gonna drop dead. You ain't gonna go to sleep and just die in your sleep. Nah, it ain't gonna be that easy. You're gonna be catching some hell. But he's gonna save a lot of you to take that charagma. And then you guys that are teaching contrary, a lot of you guys are going to take the charagma too. And once you take it, you're going to be destroyed. Can an idol tell you? And see, like General Thanyalaga, he came in on that horse. That's the worst thing you could have did. Ever since you came in on that horse, you've been catching hell because you made yourself an idol. Can an idol tell you what to do? They may be overlaid with gold and silver, and he had the purple with the gold on, but they are lifeless inside because they don't have the full truth. That's why he teaches you things that for outside of the MOTB. He says that the lake of fire is an eternal hell, and then he got his followers that's teaching that. He got them thinking that the full moon is a new moon. Look, we're in the new moon. If you look up in the sky when the sun go down, you're gonna see a little slither of light. That's it. They said, but Yahweh is in his holy temple. Let all the earth be silent before him. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna say shalom.